We went to Memphis and found an environmental crime scene. Musk's data center burning enough methane to power a small city with no permits and no pollution controls.
Yes, that's right. Elon Musk's xAI is literally poisoning communities in Memphis. There's an excellent video here from More Perfect Union, and I'll link to the longer version of this in the description of this video. We're going to see some of it here to explain what's going on. It's to do with the data centers, of course, and Elon Musk really trying to skirt or avoid regulations altogether. Let's get straight into it, and I'll react to some of it.
Sometimes the most shocking corporate misconduct is hidden in plain sight, invisible to the naked eye.
It's just like, why is Elon Musk coming to Memphis?
Now Elon Musk is coming to Memphis to build the world's largest supercomputer.
A year later, people here want answers.
It's time for the health department to protect our lungs, and not once have they went to xAI to see that they had 35 gas turbines operating and polluting our air.
We went to Memphis and found an environmental crime scene. Musk's data center burning enough methane to power a small city with no permits and no pollution controls.
I have not seen anything like this. We believe they've already violated the Clean Air Act.
As Musk helps dismantle the very federal agency that's supposed to protect us against pollution like this.
There is no way to miss how this is a coordinated strategy.
What does Memphis reveal about the future Elon Musk wants for us all?
So now you get the gist of what's going on here. Elon Musk, as we know, doesn't like regulations. He went into Trump's administration and has got rid of a lot of the regulations that his companies were subjected to, including this. And we can see a real-life example of the results of that. And this xAI runs Grok, of course, on his X platform.
In 2023, Musk founded xAI to produce and sell artificial intelligence. Its main product is Grok, an AI chatbot that he's incorporated into Twitter, or X. Musk was entering the race to dominate the AI market, but he was arriving late, years after competitors like OpenAI and Google had begun training their AI systems. So in Musk's mind, he had to move fast.
In Musk's mind, he had to move fast. He likes to move fast and break things. And if you don't know, he was involved in OpenAI to begin with, and it has been revealed not long ago in the lawsuits going backwards and forwards between OpenAI and Elon that he actually wanted it to be a for-profit venture, even though he rails against that. There were emails between them reveal that he wanted that. He just wanted to control it. He couldn't control that. And as I said, he's behind here, and so he wanted to rush through and do this massive data center for xAI.
Providers and said how long would it take to have 100,000 GPUs operating coherently in a single location, and we got timeframes from 18 to 24 months. So we're like, well, 18 to 24 months, that means losing is a certainty. So the only option was to do it ourselves.
Losing is a certainty. That's another thing. It's one time he signed this letter saying he wanted a pause on AI development for the danger that it could cause, rushing towards AGI, artificial general intelligence. But that seems to be a ruse. It was just that he was behind and he wanted to catch up.
I am pleased to announce that xAI's Gigafactory of Compute, the world's largest supercomputer, is to be located in Memphis, Tennessee.
Musk dubbed the project Colossus, after a movie about a supercomputer that becomes sentient and assumes total control of the world.
Okay, so that was a joke, obviously, that he named it that, a joke, but not really a joke.
It's announced as a done deal.
Keyshawn Pearson grew up in South Memphis.
A billionaire and his organization is coming to our city, and we're just finding out after the land has been purchased, after the project has been approved by certain officials, right, who did know.
As a community, we're trying to reach out to people and understand what is xAI. He built it without us even knowing that it was being built.
We had to watch this over X or Twitter. Brent Mayo, Elon Musk.
To train an AI system, a data center requires an enormous amount of electricity.
Most companies, when they come to the city of Memphis, they plug into our power grid. That's what you think would happen. Why would this be any different? Unfortunately, we learned because it is a billionaire's corporation, it would be a lot different.
xAI made a deal with the local electric company for 150 megawatts of power and agreed to build a new substation to help meet that demand. But Musk's ambitious plans suggested he would need much more power than that, and fast. Soon, people started to notice some unusual structures outside the facility.
I drove out there, and the first thing I did was hear the turbines. You can smell it as well. Such a disturbingly unique smell.
From the road, Keyshawn and others could see a row of machines that are typically only used for remote or emergency operations. Mobile gas turbines.
I have never seen portable turbines used like this.
Patrick Anderson works on air quality cases for the Southern Environmental Law Center.
We know that these kinds of generators require air permits. And so right off the bat, we started filing records requests.
Isn't it interesting that he's using these polluting turbines? I mean, it could be coal, that would be worse, but gas turbines is the guy who was talking about, sustainable transport, sustainable power for the earth, and look what he's doing. And you'll notice that it's a majority black community that's being affected here as well. Do you think he cares about the community next door? Now, Elon's talked about how empathy is a weakness. He said that on Joe Rogan's podcast. And what I've learned through research is quite often these tech billionaires have this what's called long-termism, where they look long-term, hundreds, thousands, millions of years out, and they talk about caring for humanity, keeping humanity alive for literally millions of years. But they don't really care about who's living today. It seems to be that's an excuse. It seems to be a cop-out to me.
Nobody, the health department, the city, EPA, has told the public or us really one iota of what's actually operating out there.
To figure that out, Patrick and his team hired a photographer to capture the data center from above. The images revealed far more turbines than anyone knew about. 35.
I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely stunned. How do we not know about this?
So Patrick and his team sent the photographer back out with a high-end thermal camera.
What we saw is 33 of the 35 were very clearly operating.
Enough to power around 300,000 homes.
They've built a power plant out there. And they've done it overnight, no air pollution controls, quick and dirty, no permit.
Any given thing can be sped up.
Quick and dirty with no permit. And again, Elon went into government to get rid of regulations, and it seems that he has got rid of quite a few of the regulations or the people involved in doing that relate to his companies, including this one.
Like whatever speed is being done, it can be done faster.
This is the largest AI cluster in the world, and this entire supercomputer is built to power Grok.
Very impressive, very exciting for Memphis. Their commitment to the community is remarkable.
It's unique in my experience.
Joseph Goffman has worked on air pollution issues for decades. Until January, he ran the EPA office that regulates air quality.
Most companies that I've dealt with go to great lengths and spend a lot of money to make sure that the day they turn on their operations, they're also turning on their pollution control equipment. That's a given. For a company to do this, it's treating the people who live there as if they don't count.
So time and money. Elon wants to rush ahead and not go through that whole regulation process. And money, they have no problem with money. Elon's able to raise money for AI projects. There's a lot of money for AI projects. He can raise as much money as he wants, so that's not a problem.
I like to open my windows early in the morning to breathe the fresh air.
Easter Knox lives just over a mile from xAI.
I really wasn't getting the fresh air. I was getting that pollution.
You know how you light your stove and that gas seeps with the little ticking noise? That's what it smells like.
Last year, Alexis lost her grandfather, who struggled with a respiratory illness called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD.
COPD is a breathing condition, but you don't get it unless you smoke cigarettes. And my granddad didn't smoke cigarettes. I have asthma, bronchitis. My mom have just bronchitis, and now my granny has it.
You can't hardly breathe. It's just like your whole world is collapsing down on you, and it's frightening.
Easter and her husband have also developed COPD. What does it feel like?
Feel like you're fixing to die.
The area around xAI leads the state in emergency department visits for asthma. In just 1 year, xAI has blown past existing polluters.
We've shown up today because we've cried too many tears. We've shown up here today because we're tired.
So the community trying to fight back against this. Do you think Elon cares at all about this?
And we have an expectation of the people that we elect and put into place. We expect them to do what is in our best interest. Not of Elon Musk. And what we're saying is that stops now.
Up from the applicant xAI, Mr. Brent Mayo.
So this is the response from xAI.
That's the first time that xAI has publicly addressed the community in any way.
You understand? You really don't want to hear the statement, but again, xAI is committed to meeting the highest standard for emissions. xAI is going above and beyond the required emission control required. And to that, thank you very much for your time.
He immediately left after reading his script. It's
just read a script and took off, no questions.
Extremely disrespectful.
They have no controls that prevent air pollution or decrease air pollution in their factories. None. That's the truth. Power to the people.
But to date, the EPA has done nothing. And Elon Musk is doing what he can to keep it that way. It eliminated the EPA's office that assists heavily polluted communities like South Memphis, and canceled billions of dollars of funding for addressing pollution.
It's about unleashing energy dominance, making America the AI capital of the world. And the EPA can't be restrictive of that. We can't be suffocating it.
So that's the EPA, meant to be involved in decreasing pollution, and they're all for this. That's the deal with this current administration.
Making America the world's AI capital means prioritizing a massive expansion of data centers, and hundreds of them are now under construction.
So we're not like stopping here. Well, we needed a building, so we found an Electrolux factory in Memphis. That's why it's in Memphis, home of Elvis. Then we needed power, at least 120 megawatts at first, but the building only had 15 megawatts. So we initially leased a whole bunch of generators. So we have generators on one side of the building, trailer after trailer of generators, until we can get the utility power to come in. You know, it's like interesting. It's not like, oh, we just magically made it happen. You have to break down the problem, just like Grok does for reasoning.
What's happening in Memphis, that is Elon's vision, a technocracy, to be able to do whatever he wants, whatever he chooses, to experiment, to kill, to destroy the environment at the behest of his machines. A desolate wasteland of data centers is to follow.
So what do you think about this? Let us know in the comments. Have your say there about this. Do you think that Elon is going to be forced to do something about this to address this pollution, or they won't care and just go on unless people actually speak up like these people are doing and it gets the word out? Hopefully we can get the word out. And right now I'm going to put a related video right there. Do go and see that now if you want to. And also a subscribe link on screen. Do subscribe if you're not already. And thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.